Вітаю, пані та панове. This is Ukrainian Spirit, and we continue our journey into the world of craft Ukrainian alcohol. Today we are in the beautiful Carpathian mountains in the Transcarpathia region of Ukraine, and we are reviewing or continue to review the traditional Transcarpathian or zakarpats'ka drink. And this time it's a plum Palinochka or plum distillate. Let's find out more, shall we? In this series we have reviewed two distillates already. The first one was blackberry and the second one was apple quince. They both come from, or all five of them actually, come from the distillery by the name of Zakarpats'ka Palinochka, or the first distillery of Palinochka in Transcarpathia. Palinochka, as I said before, is a traditional fruit distillate from Transcarpathia region, and this one, the plum one, is the most special of all of those because abundance of plum in this region is quite high, and plum essentially makes a really good spirit, really good alcohol. Of course, Ukraine is not the only country that produces plum distillate. I know at least Poland and Slovakia who make those, but I'm sure virtually every country in Europe has some kind of version of plum distillate, or most of them, I believe. But this one is really famous in Ukraine, and it's 52%. So whew, we are in for a ride. So let me just, as usual, open up a bottle. So pouring in a little bit. The smell is strong. The higher alcohol percent in particular alcohol, the more flavor you're getting, but the harder it is to enjoy it, because alcohol what essentially carries on all those beautiful aromas that come from essential oils. But of course, alcohol is a poison in large quantities, and it could be quite hard on our stomach and on our palate. It's best to enjoy it with a splash of water or have some kind of snack with you. This is very typical for Ukraine. We don't just sit and drink. We have huge table with lots of friends together, with lots of fatty foods, and with fatty foods, alcohol such like that goes really well, pairs really well together. The smell is a little bit sour. It's very typical for any fruit distillate to smell almost the same or quite similar. But there are some differences, and as I already experienced with apple quince, the smell could be almost the same, but the taste is very different, and I expect a lot of difference with this one, especially being 52%, so it's going to be more flavor. I'm not sure if you see that, but there are quite a few legs here. So they come from oils and sugars, some residual content that comes from fruit. They leave those marks, rivers on the edge of the glass, and it means it's going to be slightly sweet. So it's a little bit sour on the nose, a little bit sweet, and not very alcoholic, so it doesn't burn my nose. It's really a good sign for such a strong alcohol. Let me taste it. It is strong. It's a bit sweet, a bit tart, it really fills my nostrils and fills my mouth with this like growing sensation, not just alcohol but also fruitness, freshness. Aftertaste is a little bit tart, a little bit tangy, you know, but it's not bitter, not unpleasant. It's powerful, being 52%, but it doesn't overwhelm me. But I'm used to having strong alcohol on its own, so it might be too powerful for, I guess, many people. It's actually quite sweet on arrival, and then you're getting this tartness that comes from not completely ripe fruit. Something similar you can enjoy or experience in not completely ripe apples or plums, I guess, as well. It leaves this mixed feeling. So I'm not sure if this particular drink could be well enjoyed on its own, because it is so powerful. But I know for a fact that it combines really well with virtually any fatty food, any type of meat, especially cured meats or smoked meats, any type of pork belly, bacon. You can think of other fattier foods, because they reduce alcohol content and they allow fruit notes combined together with fattiness, with meatiness, with smokiness, and it gives a perfect pairing. So those drinks are not made for sipping. I really enjoy this one, but I think I've enjoyed previous one, the Apple Queen's one, better. So I guess this is not a sipping drink, but it's a table drink. So it has been Ukrainian Spirit as usual. I see you again quite soon. Будьмо!